Before we get started with the program, I've got to tell you a little story. I shouldn't listen in on conversations, but I did. So I happened to hear Kathy Schultz over here talking to Karen Morose, and she was saying what a lovely event this is. So many of our classmates showed up, but she found it really strange because all of her classmates have changed so much, they didn't recognize her. So, seriously, I work with a great group of people, and I asked several of our team members if they could go on the internet and maybe come up with a few one-liners for me to share about homecoming to make me sound smart and witty and emotional and all of those things. So I got a couple to share with you tonight. The first one was a little bit of a joke, but seriously, I want you to listen to this one. I'm home and safe and filled with comfort of being somewhere I've already been. The ruckus of homecoming is brutally enjoyable, and everybody makes me feel like a champion. All I had to do was stay away long enough. So I had a chance to meet most of you, unless you snuck in the back door. My name is Bill Bebuck, Vice President of Advancement. I've been here at Clark for nearly 12 years now, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here this evening. You know, it's so much fun for us, our staff, to watch you get reconnected with each other and listen to your stories and your memories, you know, from Clark. It's really makes all of this worthwhile for us. So we want to make sure that this weekend is extra special for you. So if there's anything that we can do to help make this weekend as memorable as possible, please let us know, and we'll do the best we possibly can to make this the best weekend possible. Now, in addition to those of you that are here, we are recording this event, and it will be posted on the internet for your classmates that weren't able to join us. And I suspect some of you might want to go back and listen to it anyways, because they're going to say, that Billy guy, he's a pretty witty guy, so we got to go back and listen to what he had to say. But seriously, welcome. Enjoy your weekend. It's your weekend. This is one of the largest, I've been here 12 years, this may be the largest 50th class reunion we've had. I'd be remiss if I did not ask us to take a moment and to think about your classmates and all of those impacted by the hurricane in Florida and now up in the South Carolina area. Specifically, classmates that we know of that were in the area was Joyce Gustav Griffin, Marianne Gravino Hilgris, Susan Monroe Lintz, Janet C. Murphy, Mary Pratt Hike Pritzen, and Ingrid Digman Sooth. Okay, all right. It's kind of like Bebuck. It's got, you know, you gotta figure that one out. But all our best to all those in Florida suffering from that devastating hurricane. Okay, now to get the evening started, we're going to go back to 1972. What was going on back in 1972? Well, we all know who was president. Richard Nixon, and that was what? The beginning of Watergate, 1972. I'm sure everyone remembers that. How much was gas back then? 36 cents, yep. And a gallon of milk, how much was a gallon of milk? 52 cents. What was the hottest production on Broadway? It was Grease. It was Grease. And it says here, Danny Zuko stole the hearts of women everywhere. I don't know if that's true or not, but okay. What was the top-selling vehicle? It took over the #1 position from the Ford Model T. Volkswagen Beetle, correct. Good one, good one. Very, very good. Very good. What was the #1 movie of the year? Godfather, correct. Oh, wow, we're on a roll here.
We were a smart class.
Top songs in 1972 was Roberta Flack's The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, American Pie by Don McLean, and Alone Again Naturally by Gilbert O'Sullivan. The most popular TV show was MASH, which premiered on CBS in 1972, and other TV shows that were popular at that time was All in the Family, Stanford and Son, and Hawaii Five-0. And as you will all recall, fashion trends for women included jumpsuits, pantsuits, wide pants, maxi dresses, knee socks, bold leggings, audacious patterns and prints, and funky platform sandals. So, and you know what? In a little bit, you're going to see a video of yesteryear, and I think a lot of those fashions are going to show up in this video. You're going to see, in a few moments. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our 16th president here at Clark University, Dr. Tom Chesney. Tom?
So I'm just coming up on my 35th reunion here this coming spring, so that's why I kind of sprinted down the stairs to see if I'll be able to take a picture like you are. So good evening. I am honored to be a part of this and welcome you back to your golden reunion. We're thrilled to welcome you back for the reunion weekend and all of the activities you have before you. Some of them very familiar to me, Bill, and all. My parents had one of those Volkswagen Beetles. Its name was Herman. And we drove it around until we were of driving age. For over 23 years, that car served us well. And I had the coolest babysitters in the world because those same songs he was mentioning, those are the ones I remember growing up too. 45 members of your class have joined us for this evening's program, and we're glad you're with us. As I continue to immerse myself in the history of this great college, now university, I find myself talking a lot about our traditions with you, our alumni, our students, our members of the Clark community, especially our faculty and staff. Now, some of the memories that you have shared that we have curated for you tonight from the class of 1972 include these: playing cards in the smoker, the tunnel, the do-it-yourself Big Sisters, Big Brothers program, picnics at Eagle Point Park, mixers with Loris. I think there might be a few of them surrounding the perimeter upstairs here. The Clark Loris Singers, tradition resumed and carrying on today. Suntanning on the deck. Study and travel abroad. Dropping water balloons out of the third floor dorm windows. That's the video I'd like to see. And I've only been in Dubuque just a little over 3 years, but all of these resonate with me as well. Meals at Shot Tower, Jack's Chicken Palace, and Shakey's. Leading the efforts to introduce the dress code changes on campus. One of the best forms of campus activism. The senior program and graduation weekend, and your continued joy of Clark's deep sense of community. We like to often say now that we get to build community every day through our learning, living, leading, and giving. And the foundations for that are set for us by you women who are part of the class of 1972. Thank you for the legacy that you laid the foundation for. I know Clark was a special place for you when you lived, studied, and developed your friendships here. Those connections are why you're here with us this weekend. And although the times have changed a bit and evolved, as have some of the traditions, I hope Clark always remains a very special place for you. Take time this weekend to enjoy our beautiful grounds. Step for a moment outside, look at those hanging baskets, and reflect that, like your education, those started as seeds that over a period of germination and time grew to be those beautiful baskets of flowers. That's what our grounds team does every year to bring Clark back to life and continue that beautiful life that was part of yours. Reacquaint yourself with every part of your institution. We have many exciting events and programs planned for the entire weekend. I especially hope you can join us tomorrow morning for breakfast in Mary Josita Dining Hall and enjoy the other activities, including our History and Heritage Tour with Professor Emeritus Norm Freund. Norm's going to give you just a tiny taste of that after dessert tonight. Our athletic events, socials, theater, and music, all of that's going on, and all of it is for you this weekend. We also hope you will join us on Sunday morning for breakfast and our alumni mass and the candlelight ceremony that goes with it. But now, I want you to put your full attention to this screen over to my left, where we've created, thanks to you, a very special video presentation. Enjoy.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have faith. You need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
All right, everybody, gather around. The candy man is here. Now, what kind of candy you want? Sweet chocolate, chocolate malt candy, gumdrops, anything you want. You've come to the right man, because I'm the candy man. Who can take a sunrise? Sprinkle it with you. Cover it with chocolate and a miracle or two. The candy man. Ooh, the candy man can. The candy man can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Who can take a rainbow? Wrap it in a sigh. Soak it in the sun and make a groovy lemon pie. The candy man. The candy man can. The candy man can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
The candy man makes everything he bakes satisfying and delicious.
Now you talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Oh, who can take tomorrow? Dip it in a dream. Separate the sorrow and collect up all the cream. The candy man. Oh, the candy man can. The
Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
He rocks in the treetops all day long, hopping in a bobbing and singing his song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rock it up, rock, 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 rock it, robin. Blow, rock it, robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree. The ones who own the big black crow, flapping their wings, singing go bird, go. Rock it up, rock, rock, rock it, robin. Blow, rock it, robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Pretty little raven at the bird does dance, telling them how to do the bopping in the rose rain. Got it going steady and I bless my soul. He unbopped the birds and then the Oreo. He rocked in the treetops all day long, hopping and bobbing and singing his song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rock it, robin, tweet, rock, tweet, rock it, robin, tweet, tweet, go, rock it, robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. A pretty little raven at the bird dance stand, taught them how to do the bobbing in the rose rain. Started going steady and I bless my soul. He unbopped the birds and the Oreo. Rocked in the treetops all day long, hopping and bobbing and singing his song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rock it, robin, tweet, rock it, rock, rock it, robin, tweet, go, rock it, robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Diddly-diddly-dee, 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 tweet, tweet.
There's a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name of a man that Brandy loved. He came on a summer's day, bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear he couldn't stay. No harbor was his home. The sailor said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Yeah, Brandy used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor story. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. She saw its raging glory, but he had always told the truth. Lord, he was an honest man, and Brandy does her best to understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brandy walks through a silent town. and loves a man who's not around, she still can hear him say, she hears him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl, what a good wife you would be, such a fine, but my life, my love and my lady is the sea. Brandy, you're a fine girl, what a good wife you would be, such a fine, but my life, my love and my lady is the sea.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them if you did. And all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man, a rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rain. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. After 9 days, I let the horse run free, 'cause the desert had turned to sea. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rings. The ocean is a desert with its life underground and the perfect disguise above. Under the cities lies a heart made of brown, but the humans will give no love. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night. I roller skated to your door at daylight. It almost seems like you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. I've been looking around a while. You got something for me. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I ride my bike, I roller skate, don't drive no car. Don't go too fast, but I go pretty far. For somebody who don't drive, I've been all around the world. Some people say I done all right for a girl. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I asked your mother if you were at home. She said yes, but you weren't alone. Oh, sometimes I think that you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. La 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 la. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Now, do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bronc and buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned. And while Lenin read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark. The day the music died, we were singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter skelter in the summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout.
What'd you think? Special thanks to Courtney, who worked on this, along with Jenny Lehman in our marketing department. This year, it's probably 10 minutes longer than we've ever had it before, because you guys sent in so many pictures that we had to use them all. So congratulations to all of you. I got a couple more of those witty things I got to share with you. It kind of relates to the video too. Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different? So I kind of thought that was appropriate for homecoming. And I think you'll like this one. Nothing makes you feel younger than being with those who you knew when you were actually younger. And this one, now that I got to know your class a little bit, I think you ought to adopt this as your class motto, and that is, growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. So I think that fits this group really well. Seriously, I hope you found the video enjoyable. We had a great time putting it together. And this whole weekend, like I said earlier, this is one of the largest classes we have ever had. And that doesn't happen without a lot of work going on behind the scenes. And you had some very active class representatives. And I'd like to recognize those here this evening. If you just kind of wave your hand or stand up, whatever you'd like to do. But Mary Lane Bloomquist, Darlene Cody, Mary Dunback, Pat Mann, Mary Moodhart, Rose Riccadino, and Kathy Schultz. Thank you very much. Now, we discovered something else about this class. Courtney and I kind of were looking over the script, and tomorrow at breakfast, probably for the last, I don't know how many years, 50 years, Catherine, we've been handing out distinguished alumni awards. We have the Rising Star Award, which goes to a younger alum that's been out 10 years or less, the Humanitarian Award, and the Outstanding Achievement Award. And we discovered that the class of 1972 has more distinguished alumni award winners than any other class. Once again. And that would include Mary Charles, Suzanne Poland, Kathy Schultz, Deborah Ashton, and Maria Whalen, who unfortunately is no longer with us. So congratulations once again, to your class. And so now I'd like to invite up, I think, the class president, Kathy Schultz.
It takes a village, and if you've ever been dogged by Darlene Ginger, you're going to answer the plea. So I assembled a wonderful committee, and thank you, ladies, so much for all your help. Reunion, a social gathering attended by members of a certain group of people who have not seen each other for some time. Some of us have not seen each other since our 25th reunion, and some of us have not seen each other since our graduation 50 years ago. Our older and more wiser selves, more experienced selves, are here to reinforce common bonds and renew our friendships. Deep personal friendships are a hallmark of our Clark experience. Our Clark education taught us to create loving relationships, maintain a love of God, experience meaningful careers, contribute to our communities, being better places to live and raise a family, assist those who may need our help. It also fostered in us the courage and the fortitude to manage any crisis that life has thrown at us. As Pat Kunkel pointed out, our 50th reunion is a once-in-a-lifetime event, and so thank you for making this such a well-attended event. Thank you to Mary Lane, Darlene, Mary Dunbeck, Pat Mann, Mary Moothart, and Rose Riccardino for the hours of Zoom calls and planning. And thank you, Courtney and Kaylee, for your yeoman's effort on our behalf. Finally, a sincere thank you to you for your participation and generosity in the Reunion Class project. The renovation of the Lion's Den in Mary Benedict Hall, known to us as the Terrace Room in West Hall, should be mostly completed by the end of this academic year, as we have raised $80,000 toward our goal of $100,000. The plan is to exceed that goal so that we will also update the adjacent kitchen. I have already and I'm so confident that I've already requested bids for new appliances. If you had not had the opportunity to join in this project, we welcome your participation. There are still $9,535 in funds necessary to maximize my $50,000 match, and I'm confident we will get there. A plaque recognizing our class donors will be hung in the Lion's Den. Renderings for the project are posted in the atrium this evening and outside the entrance to the Lion's Den within Mary Benedict Hall. As a trustee of the university, I know that renovating this space provides our current students a more modern residential experience. And if you go over there, you'll find out why. And it provides a more attractive presentation for residential living in our to our prospective students. So I don't want to keep us from any more cocktails, so I just want you to enjoy your meal. And Miles does a great job with meals here. No maid rights or spam served to these students. So Bill, I'll give it back to you.
And I would like to add my thanks for your support of the Lion's Den. Every year the president has freshman dinners with all the freshmen. We invite them in groups of 30 or 40, and that we hear what they have to say, you know, what they're liking about Clark, or maybe what they're disappointed about that Clark, that we could do better. And I happened to be at one of them recently, and one of the suggestions was, can we do something about the Lions Den? And I happened to speak up, and I said, well, it just so happens the class of 1972 is in the process of raising $100,000 to renovate the Lions Den, and there was a impromptu standing ovation on the part of the students. So the students are really excited about this and looking forward to it. So thank you once again for that. Okay, this weekend is a momentous occasion as you celebrate your golden reunion. In 1843, our foundress, Mary Frances Clark, had a vision to create a place where young women were educated in the hopes that education helped them pursue a life of freedom, justice, and charity. She was relentless in her pursuits, but did it in ways that expressed her gentle and kind spirit. She did not do this alone. She had her sisters, whom she referred to as her circle of friends, to help her turn dreams into reality. It is in this spirit that we share a special tradition for all of you who are celebrating your 50th anniversary and those who have come before you. Tonight, we welcome you as new members of the Golden Circle of Friends Society. Golden celebration of your 50th anniversary, and like Mary Frances Clark and her circle of friends, this society celebrates friendships you developed at Clark so many years ago and still hold strong and near and dear to your heart today. As part of this celebration, you received a special commemorative pin when you arrived tonight. This pin is a symbol of your anniversary and the 50-plus years of connection shared among friends, and it represents your entrance into this society. You note that the pin's design includes the Trinity Celtic knot, which represents our Catholic heritage with 3 points: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This knot is interconnected with no end, representing your connection now and forever to Clark and the friends you made while you were here. It repeats 4 times, representing our 4 core values: freedom, education, charity, and justice. The outer blue circle surrounding the pin represents the circle of friends and all those who hold Clark close in their hearts and minds. With this, we welcome you to the Golden Circle of Friends Society. Like the knot pictured, may your friendships have no end. May you always find a home among those who wear it, and may you always feel the pride and presence of Mary Frances Clark and her circle of friends. Also included in this circle of friends are those who could not be with us here tonight in body, but undoubtedly here with us in spirit. Kathy, could you please join me on stage once again to recognize your undergraduate classmates who are no longer with us. Kathy?
Mary Beth Noonan Altoff, Barbara O'Neill Altieri, Margaret Eilers Bertrand, Ruth Cassell PBVM, Betty Elbert, Mary Riley Emsweiler, Patricia Brown Folger, Mary Beth Garavel, Sherry Fab Gassman, Maureen Mulvaney Kuznexy, Julia Toombs Lake, Mary Jane McCarthy, Pharisee McDonald Mulholland, Kathleen McCarthy Musson, and a fan favorite, Maria Whalen.
We all take different paths in life, but no matter where we go, we always take a little bit of each other with us. That's my last quote for tonight. Now it's time to go back to the atrium and enjoy dinner. But as you do, there's a tradition that we try to get in there as fast as we can so we can eat. So the last one to see has to pick up the tab. So you don't want to be lollygagging, or you're going to have to pick up the tab tonight. But seriously, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. But I have one other announcement. I feel like I need to apologize. but I know you'll understand. I have to leave this evening after our dinner. I have to be in Escanaba, Michigan tomorrow for my son's wedding. But I stayed specifically so I could be here with you this evening. I just can't join you for the rest of the weekend. So you're in good hands with Courtney and Tom. They'll take care of whatever it is you need and make this a very special weekend, and we'll see you back here in 5 more years.